Is it a common event to have toxic friends, or is it just me? Some years ago, my friend told me, I have a friend who's looking for somewhere to stay for a while. Can he stay with you? And I said, sure, bring him over. The next day, he came with the guy and my jaw dropped. All I could say was, it's been 5 years. What are you doing here? And he was shocked too. It was my childhood friend Shane, and we were in a different country to where we grew up. After a couple of days, I noticed Shane had changed. He picked up some bad habits and he wasn't the same dude that I used to read manga and watch One Piece with. He tried to make me smoke with him, but I refused and he kept trying to make me do it. My house became unbearable and I'd go to a friend's place to stay for a couple of days because I dreaded going home. When I was at my friend's place, I was watching anime on my laptop and I saw some characters struggling to deal with toxic friends and later dealt with them, so I went home and used these tips to get along with Shane. It took about 2 weeks, but at the end, Shane and I were bros again. Stick with me to the end and I'll show you the 3 tips I learned from anime to save my friendship with Shane. I ignored the insults. Shane said, you don't smoke, drink, and hang out with girls during your free time. That's weird. You're not enjoying life. And I said, what's wrong with staying at home, watching anime, and playing video games? We used to read manga and watch anime when we hung out in 2014. Why do you think it's weird now? I later accepted him as he was, but I didn't change my routines and the things I was used to doing. I didn't let him sway me. That's the first step I took to make sure our relationship was less toxic. I learned it from Yo. She had a couple of toxic friends at work who always said, she's an airhead or she doesn't have a husband. They always found a way to mock her, but she ignored the comments and didn't compare herself to them. She just kept on living her life. If she compared herself to them, she'll end up competing with them and that'll make their relationship more toxic. They got very angry when it turned out that she had a good-looking husband. So ignore the insults and don't compare yourself with your toxic friends. It'll stop the relationship from getting more toxic. I stopped the relationship between Shane and I from getting more toxic, but I had to make it better, so I tried to get along with him. The first time Kilo and Gon met each other, they clicked because of 2 reasons. They were the same age and they did cool things which made them interested in each other. Kilo with his skateboard flip and Gon with his fishing rod. They were quite similar too, so they became the best of friends. I looked at that and I said, that's what I need for Shane and I to click. I thought to myself, what does the current Shane do that I'm interested in? And when I started paying attention to him, I found some answers. He had some weird cooking techniques that I was interested in, and he used ginger and other spices that I wasn't familiar with. So I usually observed him while he was cooking and he was happy to teach me how to use those spices. I also did things I liked with him too, except the smoking and other vices. One day, I was watching Claymore and to my surprise, he sat down and watched this with me. We started to get along with each other. So if you want to get along with someone, just show an interest in the things they like, work with them when they need help, and support them when they need it. Most people respond positively to it and get along better. I still wasn't okay with some things he did, so I decided to set boundaries. When Gon and Killua became friends, Gon told Killua that he had to stop killing, and Killua accepted because he wanted to be friends with Gon, even though killing was his way of life. When I remembered that scene, I decided to talk to Shane. I told him, I don't like coming to your house smelling of cigarettes or drugs. Could you please do those things outside? And he was cool with it. I also told him, when you bring a girl over and you finish, can you spray a lot of air freshener and open the windows? Sitting in a room that smells of your bedroom adventures isn't fun. And he said, sure, I'll do that. He even got a new air freshener that smelled better than my old one, and my house always smelled great. We hung out a lot, and when he got his own place, I visited often. So if you don't like anything that your friend is doing, talk to them about it. If they brag too much or if they have some habits that you don't like, talk to them about it. Most times, they will stop and things won't be toxic between you guys anymore. If these 3 tips don't work, just cut them off. I had a friend called Carl. One day, my mom told me, Carl's very jealous of you, and I told her, I don't think so. And then she said, okay, for the next couple of years, hide anything you achieve from him, all your accomplishments, and if he acts the same way towards you, then you'll be right. But if he changes the way he acts towards you, then I'll be right, and I accepted. It didn't even take up to a year. When he sensed that he was better than me, he started to change the way he acted, and he bragged a lot. He even told me that he was once jealous of me, but not anymore. I smiled and told myself, Mom was right. I tried to save our friendship by using the tips I mentioned earlier, but it didn't work, so I cut him off like the way Gojo cut Geto off when he became a criminal. It hurts, but I decided to stop seeing him. I still remember him sometimes, but I know I made the right decision. So if these tips don't work, then cut the friend off. It'll hurt, but you won't regret it later. So that's the way anime taught me to get along with Shin, and even though we haven't seen each other lately, we're still really cool with each other. So if you're having trouble dealing with a toxic friend and you want to make things better, then follow these tips. They'll work. And if they don't, you know that letting go of the friendship is the best thing for you, even though it hurts. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'll be looking in the comment section, so drop a comment. I also have a video about how anime teaches you to deal with imposter syndrome, so if you're interested, you can watch it. Don't forget to take care of yourself, drink water, watch anime and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Shane!